Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we are looking at Geography Paper 2, Kcse 2023, and in this video I will be looking at question 6. That is section B, question 6, which is compulsory. So, students had been given a photograph and they were supposed to study it and use it to answer question 6A. Question 6A had two parts. 6A Roman 1. What evidence in the photograph shows that it is a ground general view type of a photograph? So you needed to remember the characteristics of a ground general view type of a photograph. If you look at the photo, you can see that the objects get progressively smaller towards the background. Again, it captures the general view of the scenery and it focuses on many objects. You can see it is not focusing on a particular object, but many objects. So 2 points were enough. The question had 2 marks. Question 6, Roman 2. Draw a rectangle 14 centimeters by 8 centimeters to represent the area of the photograph. On it, sketch and label the main features shown on the photograph. So this question has 2 parts. The first instruction is to draw a rectangle 14 centimeters by 8 centimeters. And already by doing that, you will have earned yourself 1 mark. So there's no reason why you should score 0 in geography. But we have to be careful. 14 here means the length, 8 is the width. So do not do the opposite. 14 by 8. 14 means length, 8 width. So once you draw 14 centimeters and 8 centimeters width, you will score 1 mark. The second part of the question says, on it, sketch and label the main features shown on the photograph. And looking at the photograph, there are so many features. You can see that question had 6 marks. 1 mark is already earned by drawing a rectangle. So 5 marks are remaining, meaning we need to identify 5 main features. It is important to study your photograph carefully. Note what is in the foreground, middle ground, and background, so that when you are transferring them, you will be accurate. For example, if you look at the foreground, you can see the cultivated area. So imagine drawing a sketch and then the cultivated area appears at the background. That would not be an accurate photograph. So it is important to study your photograph carefully, transfer what is in the foreground the same way in your sketch, what is in the middle ground, and what is at the background. So there are so many features here that you could have identified. There is cultivated area. You could also have identified the crops. We have the bananas or maybe maize. You can call them crops. You would still score. Then I can see a fence. There is a footpath. I can see a gate. I can see grass. I can see railway. I can see a train. I can see containers. I can see grass again. I can see trees. I can see a ridge. You can call it a hill. I can also see the sky or the clouds, or you can also call it the horizon. Those are so many features already. We only needed 5 for you to be able to score the 5 marks plus 1 mark that you already earned by drawing a rectangle. Question 6b. Explain 4 measures that African countries would undertake to solve the challenges associated with railway transport. This question required you to be very careful. Number 1, we are explaining measures that African countries would undertake to solve the challenges associated with railway transport. So number 1, we are explaining. Number 2, it is what would be done, not what has already been done. And number 3, we are talking about challenges or problems. So we must be very careful when we are answering this question. It means we have to know the problems in our mind, because we're not writing the problems here, but we need to know the problems so that we can suggest a solution. And it is explaining, meaning we must have the measure plus the explanation. Why do we need that measure? For example, you can give the following points. Number 1, training personnel in modern railway technology to improve service delivery. You see, I've already given a measure and the explanation part. Why should we train? To improve service delivery. So that means already in my mind I know there is a problem with service delivery because of inadequate trained personnel. Number 2, enhancing security around railway stations to reduce crimes. For example, vandalism. So already I know the problem is vandalism. I've given the measure, which is enhancing security, and I've given the reason to reduce crime or maybe to curb vandalism. Number 3, constructing passes or tunnels or bridges to solve the challenges of rugged relief. Number 4, standardization of the railway gauge to ease connection between countries. Establishing peace missions to improve relations or to reduce vandalism and theft. Having a joint venture in railway construction by regional countries to make the overhead expenditure low. Improving existing railway lines with the name of making them efficient or faster. And you could also say encouraging the use of electric trains in order to reduce pollution or for faster movement. Question 6C. State 5 reasons why there has been limited use of river transport in Africa. 5 reasons why there has been limited use of river transport in Africa. This is a simple one because we are giving a statement. Number 1, some of the rivers have rapids, waterfalls, cataracts. Some of the rivers have floating vegetation. Some of the rivers experience fluctuation in volumes of water. Some of the rivers are short. Some rivers are affected by siltation, or some rivers are shallow. African countries have insufficient capital for development of river transport. There is inadequate technology to develop river transport. Some rivers have narrow channels. I hope you have noted how I have used the word some, because you cannot avoid that word. If you just say that rivers have floating vegetation, it's not all rivers. We cannot say that rivers are affected by siltation. It's not all the rivers. So be very careful. I said in a previous video that the word some will make you lose marks. So whenever it's supposed to be some, ensure you use it. Question 6D. Give 4 ways in which the use of mobile phones has contributed to the economy of Kenya. Give 4 ways in which the use of mobile phones has contributed to the economy of Kenya. So this tests communication part. How has the use of mobile phones contributed to the economy of Kenya? So number 1, it has provided security on money transfers, savings. It has eased money transfers through M-Pesa or online banking. It provides revenue for the government through taxation. It offers job opportunities to Kenyans. It has made it easy for traders to buy and sell goods online. It has made communication easy. It has made lending and borrowing of money easy or convenient. It has also promoted development of related industries. So that is it. That is what was required in question 6. It was a very straightforward question and a very simple one for any candidate that had revised. I hope you're enjoying the revision together. Subscribe. I will be doing question 7, 8, 9, and 10 in separate videos because I don't want to make very long videos. Thank you so much for watching to the end.